Hey girl, welcome to my channel. This is my very first YouTube video, and today I want to tell you about the top 3 things that I have learned after traveling to almost 30 countries. So stay tuned. Very first thing that I want to talk to you about is your budget. So you have to make sure that your budget and your location make sense. So what do I mean by that? I mean, honestly, have a hard talk with yourself. Look at your bank account and think, how far will this money get me? If you're feeling like money's a little bit tight for this trip, then you need to go to places in Southeast Asia, right? Go to Thailand, go to the Philippines, go to Malaysia. You don't want to go to Spain or France or Italy, where places in Europe are going to be way more expensive than if you travel to some of those other destinations. I'm telling you, there's nothing worse than booking the flight, traveling to wherever you want to go, and honestly, feeling just as broke there as you did back home. The second thing I want to talk to you about is the season. So I'm talking about high season versus low season, and also the seasons of the year. So if you are wanting to travel, try to do some research beforehand so that you can see when high season is, off season, and shoulder seasons. That way you will be able to book your trip and honestly be able to make the most of it. If you're traveling in high seasons, there's nothing worse than being herded around like cattle and feeling like you can't breathe and you can't move. And honestly, during the high season, things are going to be more expensive because those countries are preparing for the tourism that's coming. So things will be more expensive. That could be your flight, that could be your accommodation, that could be food, that could be tours. So make sure you take those things into account when you're booking your flight. When you book off season or shoulder seasons, that is the best. Honestly, because you're not going to be so crowded with tourists and things will be more affordable. So part 2, I guess, of that is going to be the actual seasons of the year. So make sure where you are going, you check what the weather is going to be when you are there. So for me, quick little story here. When I was about to turn 30, I wanted to go to Turkey to celebrate my 30th birthday. And the only thing I wanted to do was to go to Cappadocia and see the hot air balloons. I know you've seen them. We've all seen them. And as someone whose birthday is in February, I didn't put it together that, bitch, it snows in Turkey. And after a flight, a long ride in a van, hours, a hike up a hill to the beautiful hotel where I was gonna take these pictures, yeah, it was snowing. And the hotel said they're not putting up the balloons. So for the 2 days that I was there, no balloons, nothing. It was just literally one of the worst feelings ever because you're just so disappointed. And I just thought, I am an idiot. I'm literally an idiot right now because I didn't even think about that. So please do yourself a favor and look at the weather when you're going to be there. All right, so the third and final thing that I want to talk to you about is going to be your location. So when you are booking your flight, when you're booking your accommodation, take into account where those places are located. Because honestly, taking an Uber or a taxi or a bus an hour to and from, whether that's your accommodation, your Airbnb, or your hostel to the city center is going to fucking suck, okay? Because you're gonna honestly end up spending more time riding in a train or a bus or a cab than you have to just spend there in that place that you've flown to, that you spent all this money to get to. So please take into account your location. If it takes an hour to get downtown or it takes 45 minutes to get to this famous site that you want to see, it's going to be exhausting. And you're going to have to add more time into your planning to get there and get back, but then also the money. okay? You're gonna spend more money on public transportation or taking Ubers and taxis. So make sure that your location is central. You can get to different places. You look up where the closest metro is or how much bus tickets are so that you can plan for those things in your next trip. If you found this video helpful, please like, comment, and subscribe down below. You will be seeing so much more of me in the future. And until next time, bye guys.